Okay, back for another battle report here in the basement. We're doing 6 points. So we're doing a little Aetius and Arthur. We got Romans versus Goths. I'm playing Romans. Don's got Goths. We're doing the Clash of Warlords. It's the deployment where you can't be within medium of another unit except for your warlord. I believe the FAQ says that's exempt. So over on my side, I have 8 Hearthguard, 12 warriors, spear and shield, 12. This is levy with spear and shield. This is an army in progress, so they don't have their shields yet. And 12 archers. I'm a warlord. Don, what do you got on your side?
We have 8 Hearthguard, mostly painted. We have 8 warriors, 8 warriors, 8 warriors, warlord, and then 12 levy archers.
All right. And we're going into Goth turn 1. Oh, and real quick, we have a swamp here, a rocky ground there, and just a hill here. All right. All right, Goth turn 1. Don, what happened?
Used We Obey to move these guys up to within striking range of the levy up there. These guys, this group of warriors maneuvered. Archers maneuvered onto the hill. Warlord advanced a little bit to urge his soldiers forward, waiting for the excitement to begin.
Yep. All right, going into Roman turn 1. All right, Roman turn 1. These guys maneuvered up as far as they could go. Warlord moved over here with his activation. Order We Obey, moved those guys up. But the real action was over here. I used 1 die first to shoot this unit of Goths and threw an extra combat bonus die in there. Killed 3 dudes, I think. Then shot him a second time, killed 2 more guys. Got a fatigue from effort, but I got a banner, which will pull it off. So going into Goth turn 2. All right, Goth turn number 2. Don, what happened?
Well, the archers crept up over the hill into range for shooting next turn. The Hearthguard charged forward and slammed into that unit of warriors.
I closed ranks.
He closed ranks. He also used Scuda.
Yep. So I was rerolling 5 attack dice or 5 defense dice, which was nice.
I used Resolve as well as the Blood Price. And I had also previously used Vergeld.
Mm-hmm. So I wasn't using his fatigue at all.
I rolled 10 hits. He saved well.
Yep.
He only lost 4 guys. I, on the other hand, took 4 hits and lost all 4.
Mm-hmm. So that was a good trade for me, but my dice were... Getting 4 hits on 6 dice hitting on 5s was a little unusual. What else?
Then the Warlord used his We Obey to move those guys, that group of warriors there. And then he moved over here to command the left flank.
All right, going into Roman turn 2. All right, Roman turn 2. Plan went a little differently than I had originally planned. The original plan was to order We Obey the levy up, which I did, and then Plume Bataille this unit, 12 dice. I was like, sweet, I'm going to kill a couple dudes, then maybe finish them off with the warriors. He played, what is it, Immunity? I forgot all about that ability. It allowed him to cancel the hits I got through, and I didn't do anything. So then, instead of sending then one more move up here to finish off this unit and hopefully spread some fatigue, I shifted fire and moved over here and charged them with a second activation. I then used sentries. Since my impetus was 3 or 4, I got to dump my fatigue immediately. I used 2 of his fatigues to lower his armor, and I used Scuda, which ended up being a waste. So I was able to reroll 4 defense dice. But since he had Weregild up still, I believe it was, I had to put 2 fatigues over on this unit. Anyways, long story short, I got 4 hits through. He got 1 hit back on me. I saved it. I killed 3 dudes. He bounced back. So I didn't lose anything, and he lost 3 Hearthguard this turn, but I don't know, not quite what I ideally wanted. And that's it going into Goth turn 3. Goth turn 3. What happened, Don?
Well, 2 rounds of archer fire, whittling down the Roman archers.
Yeah, lost 5.
Did a nice job there. Then this group of warriors charged the levy.
Closed ranks.
They closed ranks. We used First Blood as well as Cunius. Got
And I used Limes to
right.
go to armor 6.
and then that's right. And then we got 4 hits.
Yeah, I used my fatigue to make me an armor 5.
Yep. Got 4 hits. He didn't save 2, so they lost 2. They closed ranks, so we bounced.
Yep, I didn't have any attack dice anyways.
Yep. So my guys pretty much did what they're supposed to. Then the warlord and a unit of warriors moved over to the right to help bolster the forces over there.
All right, going into Roman turn 3. All right, Roman turn 3. Started off, I threw Plume Bataille into this 1 Hearthguard there. He used my fatigue to make himself armor 6. And some ability, Gracia was it?
Mm-hmm.
That gives him +1 in his save, so he saved everything. So that made me end up charging in instead. I don't think I used any abilities, did I?
You used my fatigue.
I used your fatigue to lower you to armor 4, I think is all I did. That was enough to finish him off and spread a fatigue there. But now these guys are hanging out here with fatigue. Shot at these guys with 3 dice, didn't do anything, they saved it. And then my warlord used his We Obey to move these guys up, and he went there along with them. And so I got Scuda and Limes sitting on the board, going into Goth turn 4. All right, Goth turn 4. Don, how'd it go?
Well, not too bad. We had the unit of warriors charge his levy. Had some moderate dice success. He closed ranks. He did Limes and Scuda. I did Blood Price and Resolve. I think I killed 3 of your guys?
2.
2.
Yep.
And took no casualties. We bounced. And we're exhausted now. Not too bad for Goths, though.
Nope.
Then the warlord did order We Obey for the 3 remaining warriors that were here. They charged in, got another guy,
Yep.
but they took 2 casualties and bounced back. But no great loss there.
Okay. Going into Roman turn 4. All right, Roman turn 4 wasn't very successful. I did like 3 rounds of shooting over there and killed 2 dudes. He used some of my fatigue occasionally to raise his armor. I'm only throwing 3 dice. Oh, I forgot to use my We Obey, my order. Sorry, my, hang on. All right, Roman turn 4. I shot like 3 times over there. He used my fatigue a couple of times to raise his armor, and I didn't. I killed 2 dudes, that's all. Not very effective. Order We Obey, move these guys up. Determination, moved my warlord up there. Used 1 remaining die to move this unit of warriors to get in the game. And these guys threw Plume Bataille at that unit. He used Gracia. Mm-hmm. I used my fatigue to raise his armor, and I didn't kill anybody. So going into Goth turn 5. All right, Goth turn 5. Don, how'd it go?
Not too bad. The archers reduced him by 1, not quite taking away a die, but they at least whittled away 1.
Yep.
This unit of warriors attacked the levy, finally without him having anything on his board.
Yeah,
we were able to do some serious damage. Took a die away from him, and we came away only losing 1.
Yep.
Then the warlord used his determination to move back here, out of distance of charging from them, and they also moved over here to get a better position and stay out of charging distance from that group.
Yep. All right, going to Roman turn. All right, Roman turn 5. I think I used a die to shoot these guys there. Got 1 hit. He saved it. Didn't do anything. Over here, I used a die to send these guys into this unit which was exhausted. I immediately used one of his fatigues to make myself armor 6. He's got -1 to his dice. He can't hurt me at all. Sounds great, right? He used immunity, so he has 2 free saves. Then I have 16 dice on him. I reduced him to armor 2 with his fatigues, which is pretty great. I get 15 hits. He rolls great, though. He saves...
Saved.
I don't know. Only 4 guys died is the important thing.
Yeah.
So it was remarkable saves. So he's just below 4, though, so he's not going to get a Saga die from them. I got them kind of hemmed in here a little bit, but I was really hoping to eliminate that unit. Then I used my Order We Obey to just move these warriors over, because they only could barely reach the Warlord, and I wasn't crazy about that. And moved my Warlord over here. Now they're within Pride distance, so they can only charge each other. And that's it. Going into Goth turn 6. All right, Goth turn 6. What happened, Don?
Well, calculating it up for slaughter points, wasn't a whole lot we could do. We tried to take down some more archers. We got 1, but 1's not quite enough. So we denied additional casualties as much as we could, given the limited dice that we had. So we'll see how the Romans fare in the next turn, but I think they got it barely.
Yep. He tried to get this guy out of there, too. I used his fatigue to reduce his movement, so I can at least still reach him and finish him off. And that's going to be it. Going into Roman turn 6. All right, Roman turn 6. I finally managed to roll a rare die, so I was a little flush with dice for a change. Rested these guys with a die, I believe it was, then used Order We Obey to charge the lone guy there. Used Scuda just in case, so I could wouldn't take any casualties. Killed them off. Okay. Then activated these guys. Shot here. Used By the Sign Thou Shalt Conquer for 3 auto hits. Killed a couple guys. Then just kept pumping shots into them, killing 5 guys total. And that's it. We're going to go tally up the score and see how we did. Alright, so in the end we tallied up the score, and it was actually 20 points to the Romans and 10 points to the Goths. Don, what were your thoughts there on the Goths?
I love their mobility. I love the fact that they really don't worry about fatigue much. I think I misplayed the Hearthguard at the beginning, plus some really bad die rolls betrayed me.
Yeah.
At the beginning. I think I would change maybe some of the size composition of my units so that I could get maybe some more dice. I don't know. The setup really was advantageous to me. That's why I chose that setup as far as
the spread out deployment?
Spread out deployment,
Yeah.
because spread out deployment for my army doesn't matter, whereas for yours it really hampers what you're able to do.
It did take a little while for me to get my my Hearthguard in the game, that's for sure.
I don't know. Not so bad for the first time playing the board, so I think I'm kind of happy.
Yeah, I was impressed by some of the stuff there. That immunity ability is pretty amazing. Like just straight up canceling casualties.
Yeah.
And I think Cuneus looks like it's got a lot of potential. You only used it the one time, but that time you did. You hammered me pretty good, I felt like. Rerolling it both attack and defense dice. And once you get 2 fatigues, rerolling all of them. That's pretty amazing. It's 2 dice, but I don't know.
And like I said, the Goths don't fear fatigue.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird mechanic. It kind of turns things on its head for sure. I kind of like the way things went for me, I guess. As far as composition, I mean, this isn't maybe the optimal choice. This is kind of just me making an army out of the single box of plastics. So I don't know if the archers are that great, because there's no like shooting abilities here, but I don't know. They give me some good potential, because I feel like I have a very defensive army, so I just can kind of keep bouncing you off of me over and over and over again by using a combination of like Scuda and Sentries and Limes being armor 6 and have one extra defense dice and all that business. I think my big mistake was when you moved your archers into range and started picking off my archers. I think I should have focus fired those guys down as quick as I could, gotten them below like being combat effective, and then maybe just kind of castled back around those guys. The swamp was I put that there so that they'd be just a huge pain in the ass to get to, and it did keep them out. It kept them out of combat the whole game. But if I could have kept them from getting shot at all, they would have stayed super deadly and really started picking off any horses that came near. So I kind of misplayed that, but I guess it was all right. I'm still real impressed by the spear levy. They're ridiculously survivable. Could take a ton. It eventually got to a point where I just straight up wanted them to die and bounce back so that my other guys could get in the game. What were your thoughts on the Romans? Anything?
Yeah, honestly, I think that for your points and for your models, you might not even need that unit of Hearthguard.
That's true.
To be that big or to be there at all.
Yeah, I might benefit by dumping them and expanding to another 16 warriors.
Yeah.
But again, this is what came in the box.
Yeah.
So that's why they're here. This is like a $35 army. I don't know about this impetus mechanic. Like, I don't feel like I get a lot from it like I do when I'm playing Yams Vikings, and there's that Wrath.
Yeah.
Wrath is awesome. Impetus,
with the what was it, Scuda?
Scuda's cool, yes. That's the one because I get a lot from that one.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. And that's the one that doesn't reduce my my impetus. All the others that reduce my impetus, I'm real hesitant to use any of them, except for Plume Bataille. I like that one because I get a lot of dice, and if I'm shooting at mounted stuff, yeah, okay, I'll do that. Particularly because then the idea is I try and use Limes almost every time on my turn to raise myself to armor 6, and that also gives me back that impetus.
Right.
I don't know. So that's my current thoughts. We got Adepticon in 1 week, so I've got a little bit more painting to do, as you probably saw. But I got most of this done in 1 week, so I think I can get it done. This is only my second game with the Romans in 2nd edition, and I played them once in 1st edition, so we'll see how this tournament goes. I don't know. All right. See you next time.